All right, so we're looking at the deck here. So if we're just putting lipstick on a pig, here's the deal. Typically I shy away from these, and you know what? I feel like I did this deck with Kevin Dye, and I feel like we sanded it and we reapplied it. I feel like I've been here before. This is deja vu. In fact, I feel like I painted this wall right here with dye painting. I'm almost 100% positive that I painted this house last time I was here with Kevin Dye. And so you know the process. I'm like not even questioning it. This is very familiar. This is deja vu. And I'm pretty sure I remember being on a ladder painting this wall when Josh Rice showed up over here. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. But we could do it the way Kevin did it. And I can charge you a bunch of money, or we could do it the quick and dirty way. If you want me to scrape this down and sand it like we did, it's expensive. I don't know what Kevin's prices were, but I can tell you that they've doubled since then. Prices in general. Now I don't know if you're interested in just the deck boards or the railing, but this bottom rail is trashed. So to me, the most effective way to get through this is to put Deck Correct on it or some latex product, scrape it, skip the sanding. Because, man, if I remember correctly, we sanded this for days. It was a pain in the butt. I remember being down on that landing. I'm positive we were here before. And so anyway, I could see this is a very expensive deck replacement project. This might be worth your time to sand, but anyway, I hate to quote you on doing all of that labor just to have it fail. I don't know how long this lasted. I'll give you a call, but you're looking at, for me to do it, if I were to do the whole scrape and sand and everything, probably about 2 weeks by myself. Otherwise, I'd probably quote you, let's say I just scrape. So the main thing is we need to get up all the really loose paint. There's no primer. I don't care what Kevin said. There's no primer that works. No primer that you put on this. If you read the instructions on all the primer, and this used to drive me nuts with Kevin, it says you cannot use it on horizontal surfaces prone to moisture. Can't use it. The paint, so I'm saying we get a paint stain in one, because I believe we used a solid paint on this. It's a really easy deck as far as cut in goes. The prep work is where we're going to find the difference in cost. Do I add the bottom railing because that's a whole different color? The rest of the railing is fine. It's just this 2x4 that needs touched up. So I mean, I could scrape. That's worth scraping and priming the bottom rail here. So I can put that in as an option. The top cap, I mean, the wood's pretty shot. I need to talk to you and find out what your budget is like, because here's the deal. I can go as expensive or as cheap as you want. If I were to look at this deck and we hadn't talked and done the lipstick on a pig deal, I wouldn't even touch it. Besides sanding it off, and I think I told you that. So with that being said, and then we've got that deck up. Dude, I remember this house. This is 100% a house that I painted. I'm glad to see that the actual paint is holding up. Good Lord, that railing's crap. Oh yeah, this is definitely, I painted this house. I was his foreman back then. So if you ever saw us on video or anything, that's me. I'm James. I have Kevin's old truck. Yes, I definitely painted this house. 100%. We were here. I almost feel like calling you right now before I go any further, because I could give you the whole spiel. I know Kevin gave it. He's a really good salesperson. The stuff that's, yeah, I think I'm just going to give you a call and we'll go from there. But, I mean, you could spend 10 grand doing this deck in this economy with the inflation the way it is. You could spend 10 grand doing this deck just to have it fail on you. I'm thinking what I'd push you toward, and I don't usually do this. I don't want you to, I need to work, but I wouldn't want to put my name on this. but I'd rather charge you for probably a week. You're probably looking at $2 to $3 grand, maybe 4. I have to do the math. Now, I have different rates, right? And so I'll just be straight up with you. Right now, I'm trying to make $750 a day. Now, in this economy, if I can get it, great. But if I can't, I can't. And I hate charging a bunch of money to somebody who's just trying to get by. So if you guys are in a position to be able to pay that, great. Otherwise, I'm willing to go as low as $400 a day, 5 days, $2 grand plus material. I would like, but if that's the case, then I'm going to only do that much labor. If it goes over, I'm losing money. I'm not willing to do that. I can get as far as I can in a week and see where that leaves us. But other than that, I mean, to do this properly with the sander and stuff, you're looking at 2 full weeks, $4 grand, and that is crappy work for the money. But I feel for you guys, and I feel a sense of, even though it wasn't my decision to do this, I took part in this freaking monstrosity. I don't remember if it was painted before or not. I think we Cal bonded it, and we did all this primer, and Kevin liked to promise the world, but these products just fail. They just fail. And now what's happening, and you're probably seeing this, is it seals in the moisture. So the underside is good. You want to leave that alone. This is perfect. Don't touch it. Because what happens when you paint it, and I think we painted the underside of the bottom deck. Please tell me we didn't. Please tell me we didn't. Oh, we didn't. You might be able to save all your framing, because what ends up happening is when water gets underneath, now the latex forms a barrier, and it traps the moisture in and rots everything away. So you'll see that in the post. You'll see that everywhere where water can get in. And a lot of these beams, when they don't do the top of them with bituathane, which is what you're supposed to do, moisture will soak in from the top and it'll rot this girder away from the inside, because all that paint on the outside is doing is just keeping the moisture in and keeping it from being able to dry. You're going to see that with pretty much all painted decking. Now with this, we have a different color top cap. I can run a sander over all this stuff. I mean, I don't know. To be honest with you, I just need to see what your budget is and what you can spend on it. I can put as much or as little work into it as you need. I don't know how long this lasted last time, but this is going to be the end result. And so to buy you some time and make it look decent until you, oh, I remember getting under those stairs. It was a pain. I had to hand sand all that stuff right underneath. I did this house. Deja vu. But anyway, I don't think this is the most productive video. I'm kind of rambling. It is what it is. And let's figure out a plan to get you as far as we can. But yeah, this is, I mean, the wood has gotten worse since I remember it. I remember this thing was eating sandpaper like nobody's business because it's sloped. The supports aren't necessarily perfectly straight. So the sander, I was fighting the hell out of it going left and right. I was the one that actually did a lot of the work. And if there was a guy here on a Saturday and it was some one person by himself, that was me. So I'm going to give you a call and we'll figure it out.